Today's patient is a JBL EON 612 powered PA speaker. As you can see here, we are getting no power, no nothing. It was this capacitor that turned this monitor into a big old lawn ornament. It is a 100 microfarad 16 volt capacitor that's been measuring about 10 microfarads. So I'm going to walk you through the diagnostic troubleshooting and the repair process for this JBL speaker. Let's get into it. First thing we got to do is take out all the screws on the outside. Then we can pop the amp plate out. Sometimes it helps to put an XLR or a power cable in to get a little more leverage. But there's 4 connectors connecting the board to the front speakers and the light in front. Luckily these ones aren't glued in for today. Then once those are out, we can take a look all over the whole board here and see if anything jumps out at us. Visual inspection shows the left preamplifier board looks okay and those capacitors look fine for now. So we got to take off this metal part here. Taking a look a little further into the filter caps here, nothing's obviously blown and no scorch marks on this one. So we're going to take all the screws out and gently pop off the board. These thermal pads look a little suspect, but nothing's jumping out so far. We start by testing a few voltages, and we're getting 12 volts on the 35 volt line on both rails. We're getting the 15 volt line, and then we're only getting about 6 volts on that one as well. So it looks like the SMPS is not outputting the correct voltages. Let's look a little bit higher up. I started by checking a few of the capacitors for an easy fix, and this one actually tested bad in circuit. It's 100 microfarads, and we're only getting about 100 microfarads on the entire VCC line of the SMPS. That faulty cap will keep the SMPS from outputting normal voltages. So let's take out all this glue. You can see this capacitor hidden deep down in the crevasse there. The original part was 100 microfarad 16 volt, so I ended up trying to get a 25 volt to fit in there, which it did eventually. Just took a little persuasion. Made a few more checks to ground and made sure that nothing was shorted on the SMPS since that capacitor was testing poorly. Gave her a little bit of clean. So now let's get it up on the light bulb limiter and see what happens. Do we get a blue light? We do. And then if it's really starting, we'll start to see those green lights cycle on the EQ settings. Bingo, here we go. But then it resets. But I think that's just under voltage from the light bulb limiter. The last problem are these wires coming off of the power switch. They are not looking healthy. So let's unsolder them and take a little bit of insulation off and resolder them in. The wires were hanging on by a thread. Literally. So let's clip those back and get some fresh copper to attach to the board. A new solder job and a little twist here will help this thing stay stable for a long time. I worry about the vibration of the music actually shaking this loose and causing some arcing eventually if we get to fix it. Got to pop them back through the holes and tap them with the soldering iron. There we go, very nice. Then we put on a few new thermal pads and we're going to tighten everything down for a test drive in the speaker enclosure. But boy, the amount of times I forgot to install this metal part here and kept looking at it on my bench, I finally went back and put it back in. I believe it was the yellow to the tweeter and the green to the woofer, and that gets us attached back in and ready to close her up. I have to ring around the rosy with some screws. So let's see if it powers and stays stable now on full voltage. Blue light is good. We get a little volume here. Oh yeah, here we go. So hopefully this will give you a good idea of something to look at if you have some power supply problems on your JBL speakers. One little capacitor was taking this thing down, and that part's pretty cheap. If you found it helpful, subscribe to the channel and hopefully we'll find out how to fix a few more things together. Till then, rock on.